Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. We are joined now by Alexandra Craig. Excited to have her here from Columbus, Ohio, to talk about the one-on-one personal training studio that is, well, by appointment only. But boy, oh boy, we have a lot to share with you. And we have our expert here with us from personallevelfitness.com. And we're going to get to know her and all she's accomplished. What an amazing career and what a body. God bless you. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for the compliments. That's great.
Well, it's true. I peeked around on your pages and stuff, so I got to see you, your husband. I mean, awesome,
Uh-huh.
awesome, and to talk about all the trainers and the stuff you do. But you
Yes.
have a lot in education as well. We got to get to. But first and
Yeah.
foremost, tell me about personal level fitness and what it does specifically.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are strictly a one-on-one private training studio. We don't do group. We don't do anything like that. Like you said, we're by appointment only. So when someone comes into the studio, we actually have 3 rooms that look exactly alike. So we can train 3 clients at the same time, but each one is in their own room with their own equipment and their own trainer. And that gives us so much flexibility to train them to their goals, not our goals, but their goals. And we can really look at safety and we can really make sure they're doing everything correctly and just really tailor everything to the individual. So it's a really nice focus.
Beautiful. And I mentioned the
Yeah.
website, also social media pages, phone number, address. Do you want to just share that too?
Yeah, so we do have an Instagram. It's at Personal Level Fitness,
Yep.
and then Facebook, same thing. So just
All
look up
right.
Personal Level
Well, I
Fitness.
think before we talk about the amazing services you offer and
Yeah.
really the care of your clients and this all-in-one approach, I want to find out more about you. And I read since you were 17, you made a life change. So tell me though where you grew up and how this all became important to you and became your life focus.
Yeah, so I grew up in a small town, and the only place we had around there was a YMCA, and then there was this gym that opened, and so I actually started training there. And at that time, it was the '90s, and
Yeah.
so not as many women were working out. It was just me and a bunch of guys, and there were some other women there, but they were doing cardio or whatnot, and they actually really got me interested in lifting weights. And, they're kind of like my dads
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and it really helped me focus with form. And I just really started liking weight training, noticed how strong I was getting, just really became a passion for me. And then when I went to college, I wanted to
Wow.
go into physical therapy. Um, but then I realized after shadowing and doing some observational hours before going to Ohio State, I was like, this is kind of boring. I want to work with the actual
Yeah.
people.
I
And
want
back
to be
then,
hands-on with them.
yeah, I like the hands-on. So, and back then, the physical therapists were in their office and we were working a lot with the PTA when I observed. So then when I got to Ohio State, my roommate was in exercise physiology, and I was like, "What's that? Exercise?
Hmm.
I like that." And so then I switched my major, and the rest is history.
Amazing. Well,
Yeah,
congratulations. I mean,
yeah,
also
thanks.
though, looking more into your bio, I mean,
Yeah,
you hold on. Technically, you have your BS in exercise physiology, you
yes,
minor in nutrition. You're
yes.
also tell me what I don't know what PN1, PN2
Oh,
master
yes.
coaches mean. Can you share
Yeah,
what that is? Those
yeah,
credentials? Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, in the search of me trying to kind of tailor my own nutrition program, because I feel like everything is a lot of fad diets and do this quick fix and this, that, and the other thing. It was taking me a long time to come up with something on my own. And so in my search,
Yeah.
I found Precision Nutrition, and they have several courses. They've been around for over 20 years. They're based out of Canada, actually. And they really focus on habits. They
Yeah.
focus on, I mean, just small things like eating slowly, being mindful, eat till you're 80% full. And that's all the stuff that I tell our clients. And because we want them to be, we want them, we want it to work. We want them to be sustainable in their fitness and nutrition. And nutrition's like 90% of the game when you're trying to lose weight. And but it shouldn't be overwhelming. It shouldn't be a 180-degree switch, right? It
Yeah.
should be a habit-based program that you can do
Mm-hmm.
slowly over time so that when you actually get to your goal, you know how to maintain it. You're not like, okay, well, I'm done. And,
Got
then you've
this.
gained, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're done here. I can stay here, but it doesn't work that way. It's always, you always have to keep on it and move forward. So that's what we teach. So,
Beautiful. And by the way, I've been
of
perusing
course.
your website, so I got to know you even further. I
Oh,
want to
fun.
talk about now the collaboration. How did you and your husband start to, think about this company? I mean, there's a lot to getting to know you. So let's fill in
Yeah.
the gap. So
Okay.
all these years, obviously, you're dedicated to fitness. And tell me when you guys decided to open this own studio. This is excited.
Yeah, it is exciting. So I worked in a gym, a big box gym for quite a while, 8 years. I was an independent trainer, and it was with a lot of people who were in bodybuilding, powerlifting,
Wow.
figure fitness, etc. And which it was fun to watch their bodies change, but I was not one of those people who wanted to, really diet down, etc. I wanted to help the people who just wanted to
Did.
live a healthy quality life.
Got
And
it.
so after being there for a while, I just, it was a little negative and it was pretty judgmental just because of the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And so my husband and I, he actually came across a CD. It was sent to the house, and because of my certification, and it was actually for a franchise.
Oh,
And so,
wow.
yes, so we actually started looking around, going to the different studios, and then decided to buy into the franchise. So we had help from the beginning there, which was great. To get the money, though, interesting is we actually bought and sold some real estate in the beginning, flipped some houses to come up with the money, and
Smart.
it was great. I know we worked really hard to do that, and so then opened the studio. We were with the franchise for 10 years, decided to go out on our own, and have done just wonderful. So learned a lot along the way. But it was the best thing we've done. I'm able to help clients that um, to change and really just grow in their quality of life. And being open for almost 20 years, it's just I've had clients that have been with
Wow,
us.
that long. My
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah. It's a long time. And some of our clients have been with us for, 16, 17 years. And to see them change and grow over time, it's been really fun to watch.
Absolutely. Well, this is
So
fascinating. I love this work that you're doing, and I'm excited to talk more about it. By the way, you mentioned those big powerhouse type gyms. Let me just ask, because, okay, I live in New York on Long Island, and there's this
yeah,
place called Bev's Gym. Do you know Bev's Gym?
I don't.
Okay, suppose it's a world famous gym that everyone that comes to
Okay.
New York, like from New York City, like all the wrestlers, the boxers, you know
Fun.
who was there just last month? Oh my God, The Rock. So everyone comes
Oh
to this
yeah.
place on Long
We all
Island,
love The
but it's like
Rock.
40 minutes away from the city, and I live even
Yeah.
further up. But my son's father goes there. He is nothing like a gym like person you would expect. He's a regular, normal,
Yeah.
like dad bod, but he still goes there.
Yeah.
So he gets to see all these famous athletes, and he tells me about this like this most amazing, gym. And I don't know, but I understand it's fun. I went in there one time and I was like so intimidated by these women and men who had these bodies. It was like fine pieces of art. And I'm like,
Right.
I'm a mom. I haven't worked out in 10 years. I'm like, yeah, I couldn't do it. But I got to get back into my physical fitness. So you're here. You're going to inspire me as
Well, you
well.
can do
Come
it. You can
on.
do it. Just start slow.
I love it. Thank you so much. Really,
Welcome.
I want to hear all about this. So 2004, then you guys
Mhm.
started your own business. And let's
Yes.
talk about, obviously some of the services that you provide. There's a lot that's going on there. Could you share
There
the
is,
uniqueness
yeah.
of what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. There is a lot going on there. So when somebody calls in, basically what happens is we talk to them a little bit over the phone. And
Mm-hmm.
then if it makes sense, they come in, they do a free session, and then they actually sit down with me afterwards. And I have a real discussion with them about where they're at as far as what they're willing to do and
Okay.
what they're not willing to do, and what exactly they want out of lose weight, gain muscle,
Yep.
flexibility, improve nutrition, because a lot of times those are very general, but they're very, very specific to each individual. And, someone might be looking at flexibility because they can't get up
Mm-hmm.
and down off the floor anymore. Someone might be looking to lose weight because, in a year they're getting ready, for their wedding. And some people just need better quality of health and they have to get the weight off for like maybe a knee replacement or hip replacement or whatever. And so it's fun to work with those people and really be able to change their quality of life. And we have people from 15 years old to 86 years old. We have quite a run of different ages and fitness levels. And we do have some people who, run marathons and different things like that. But I think the nice thing about our studio is, one, I have an awesome team. They're just
Aw.
fantastic. They really are. And everybody tells me that. All the clients like to come in my office. And I just want to tell you that you have such a caring team and they're so nice. And they really are. They really care about the clients. And we're just very non judgmental. Anytime anyone is coming in, we just meet them where they're at. It's not,
Yeah.
oh, well, you should be here, there. We really just, hey, it's okay. You haven't worked out
Mm-hmm.
in this amount of time. It's all right.
Yeah.
We'll take you in, we'll get you to your goals. And it's really amazing how hard people are on themselves. And we have to say, hey, it's okay. It's okay that you're not lifting what you were lifting 10 years ago, or you're not at the same weight. It's okay. We can help. We just need to get there slowly. So a lot of times it's a lot of pep talks and encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing is we hold people very, very, very accountable. If they're not there, we call them, right? We don't just let it go. We're making sure that we're holding them to SMART goals each week that, are part of the big goal. Because we like to break all these big goals down into smaller, doable pieces.
Mm-hmm.
We do fitness assessments on a regular basis so that they can see their progress. They get the baseline. And
Great.
not everybody wants to do their fitness assessment.
I know. But that
Okay.
also
It's
can
very,
inspire us.
it really can. And
Yeah.
so, again, we don't have any judgment. It's just basically like, hey, do your assessment. Then we'll look at it and that's going to tell me how I can help. If your body fat's doing one thing, okay, this is what we need to look at. If your strength is doing one thing, okay, this is what we need to change. So it really gives us a lot of feedback,
Yeah.
so that we can actually help. And that's what we want to do. We're not just there to take people's money and hope they don't show up. We
Yep.
really want them to come and feel good and really change their lives. And it's, in the beginning, when you first open a business, it's like, oh man, and you have different struggles
I
along
was
the way.
going to ask you about some of those challenges. Could you share? Because they were in part of your notes. I mean,
Yeah.
what a risky, scary thing. I've never opened my own business. I could only
Yeah.
imagine. I mean, what was
Yeah.
that like?
So, so it's funny. I guess in my brain, I was younger as well in my 20s. It's like I don't think about failure. I just think, okay, let's just keep going and let's just do it, and we'll just change along the way
Yeah.
if we need to change. And it should be an adventure. It should be fun. Obviously there's going to be stress,
Mm.
and when you first open your doors, it's not like everybody rushes in, like they're not just waiting out there. So we're marketing. We had to learn that. I had to learn to sell,
Yeah.
um, because yeah, I could get my own clients in the big gym, but then when you're having a different approach, you're marketing as far as Facebook, and I don't think Facebook was even around then. It was just getting started, but mailers and ads and different things like that. So it was a learning experience, but that's where my husband does a lot of the stuff. He majored in marketing. So that's his niche. And
Is
then
he
he
a
does all
trainer too,
the
or
stuff.
no?
He's not. No, he's
Okay,
not.
because I was looking at the list of trainers before. I didn't know your husband's
Yeah.
name, but I didn't. Okay.
No, Birdie. Yeah. No, he does all the stuff I don't like to do. So it works out really well. I
Oh,
just work with the customers and the trainers, and so that's my fun part. So
beautiful. And let's just
yeah.
remind everyone how we can reach you before we continue. Would you
Yes.
mind sharing the page again?
Yes, absolutely. So personallevelfitness.com. And that is my website. And then 614-488-0004 is our phone number here in Columbus, Ohio. Or you can reach me by email, personallevelfitness@gmail.com.
Great. And I also have to ask if you don't mind. I don't. Do you mind sharing your personal life? You have a daughter or a son?
Yes, I have a daughter. She's 15 and a half.
All
She
right,
just
good. Because it
started
wasn't on the sheet.
driving.
I'm like, maybe I shouldn't ask. I have a seven
No,
and
ask
9 year
away.
old. Okay, I have two boys. So
Oh
you
my
have a daughter.
gosh.
Okay, now
Yes.
because you're in the business and you're so amazing, I'm sure with your meals, I just need to. Does your daughter eat like totally really good, or does she like my kids
No.
just like chicken fingers and pizza? Like
Yeah. Well,
I
that's
can't change it.
cool. Yeah. I mean, she actually got a salad a couple days ago at the grocery store, and I was like, "Is that what you're?" Because she doesn't like salad. So all of a sudden, this is a
Mm,
huge like win, right?
yes.
I
All
think it's
right.
the dressing that she likes, right?
That's fine. That's fine.
Right.
She
Whatever it takes to get your greens. But yeah, I do a lot of meal prep, and so
Well, I'm
that
sure because you do the nutritional coaching
I
aspect as well
do.
as the personal
Yeah.
coaching. So I'm thinking, everything
Yeah.
around your house must be, mom knows what protein, mom knows how many carbs,
Yeah.
mom knows.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
all
You
right. So,
almost know too much.
but I love that you also are helping people out there. There are parents and our families because, it's like making healthy choices for the whole
It
family. And that's
really
another thing
is.
you're teaching your clients to do. So, oh
Yeah.
my gosh. And
It's interesting.
oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Clients come in and, they'll bring their daughter in or a couple will come in and you really do have to be all on board in the house. And sometimes it's interesting how much of a struggle that can be for people. So we do help quite a bit with that too. I do nutrition sessions with people, and we just really, what I try to do in the nutrition sessions is just really, they know what they should do, right? Everybody could teach nutrition, but they're overwhelmed with all the things and all the information that's out there, that they really just need someone to say, okay, let's just start with this. What's the easiest thing you can do? And let's just start there. And then we'll get some good traction going. And then we'll add another habit and so on and so forth. So
Got it.
it's a mental game. It's a
Well, I
mental game.
also would love to hear some of your client testimonials. And one that just stuck out to me in particular on your site, again, personallevelfitness.com, was this guy, David Brown, because he's got
Oh,
the
yeah.
before and after picture. And he like showing that he could do more sit-ups. He lost,
Yes,
I mean, so seeing is believing. And
it
could you
is.
share whether it's his story or some of your clients' stories of, the process of what you're doing? Because it's clearly working.
Yeah, so it's interesting with David. He wanted to put on weight, and so it's the same struggle as the reverse with people who want
Hmm.
to lose weight. It's just as difficult. No, when you want to lose weight, no one believes that, but it's true. And so just constantly reminding them to trust the process, stay on
Yeah,
course, and checking in with those fitness assessments makes a big difference. We had a girl who had some really gut issues, some really big gut issues, and she couldn't ever figure out, what was going on. And so she and I sat down once a week, every other week, and really just started making a list of things that were good, bad, and that she could maybe eat with, sometimes. And her stomach, I mean, after 6 months of kind of avoiding the things that were bad, that made her feel badly, she was eating wonderfully. She felt wonderful. Her stomach was not bothering her. She wasn't, getting bloated and whatnot. And so she ended up losing a lot of body fat, and she was just working out 3 times a week, doing what we were telling her to do. Drinking water, watching her nutrition, doing the cardio. And she did awesome. Lost 5 or 6% body fat, and is just amazing. And she was doing some ice skating, just starting out, and some figure skating, and now she's doing competition. So, uh, amazing, amazing
Oh,
stuff.
I love
Yeah,
hearing this. And by the way, now just about your location, where you are specifically, right? Do you do any virtual work as well for
we do.
others? You do. Like I'm in New York. Do you do virtual training? Or,
Yeah,
I mean, obviously hands-on coming in is probably the best if you're in the
yeah, it
Columbus
is.
area,
But
but tell us a little bit about some of those services too.
Yeah, so funny when, and this is an obstacle as well, when everything shut down for COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, we got shut down and we had to adapt, and on we had never done any online training before. And the day we got shut down, I started calling our clients, hey, do you want to do some online training? We ended up, I think it really saved the business that way. We ended up doing a lot of online training with our own clients, and they really appreciated it. It kept them from going nuts during COVID, basically, is what they told me. And then since then, we adapted and are now still training a couple people online. And so we can take other people online. And so we would write their program specifically for them, and then we do it live. And so, if you were my client right now, basically what I'd be doing is demoing things to you. And then we just really look at form, do a lot of verbal correction, a lot of encouraging, and just talk a little bit about, okay, how's your snacking going, or how's your nutrition? What do you need help with? How's the cardio? And just really check in with those three things: the weight training, cardio, and nutrition, um, to get that all in one approach. And really, that's what gets results.
Oh
So
my goodness. I love it. All right. This is great. Well, there's still
fun.
so much more to talk about, all the services you provide
Great.
and how you're helping people
Yeah.
and how you look so great. Um,
Oh, thank
what do
you.
you
You
love
look great
most about
too.
I'm 46 and I don't even work out. Like I just no, it's sad. Let me tell you what's sad. Ready? Alexander, you can relate to this. My son comes up to me the other day, 7, and I don't work out. I'm just naturally thin, but I'm not my son goes like this. Mom. And I'm like,
Oh
I used to do that
no.
to my grandma. I'm like, it's happened. This.
No,
And then I go,
you
oh, I
can
have
do
a muscle,
something.
but I have like the flabby stuff here. So I'm like, I got a muscle. I really don't. But then I'm like, oh no, it's happening. What?
Oh no, you go lift. You'll
I
be
can
fine.
lift.
You
I
can
could
do
try.
it.
And then her skin stretches out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to need plastic
Yes.
surgery to suck it. I mean, I'm not, I know some people really have body
Yeah,
issues like that. I was never
yeah.
overweight, but I'm just saying, I'm like,
It's
when your son starts saying something, I was like,
yeah.
oh gosh, maybe mama, it's time.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to do a lot of it. Just start out with what you're comfortable, and but find somebody who knows what they're doing, right? Who really knows form, really going to pay attention to you the entire time. Um, all my team is educated. They have a degree in exercise science or the like, and then they have a national certification, which that's all very important, because if you don't have the background, it's tough. But then you need the experience too, because it's not like the book. So you have to modify a lot of times for every individual client. It's not just cookie cutter. And you really have to listen to what they're saying. If something hurts, okay, what hurts? How does it hurt? How can we change it? Do we need, um, and then we ask questions about that. So we're always getting feedback from clients. And I think that makes a huge difference, because if people don't think they can do something and we know
Yeah.
they can, we have them try it. And then when they do it, of course they have an enormous amount of confidence. We had a lady who wouldn't even lay on, not only not get down on the floor, but wouldn't even lay down on a bench. And 2 years later now, she's going up and down the stairs, which she wouldn't even do before. She always took the elevator. She was just very nervous about, any type of walking on uneven surfaces. And it's now she's done awesome. It's amazing.
See, I love
So
hearing these
yeah.
stories. Okay. And we only
Yeah.
have just 2 minutes left. My
Oh,
goodness, it
oh
goes
my
so
gosh.
quick.
Yeah, I'm a talker.
No, no, this is good. Are we going to have more shows together?
Probably, hopefully.
Awesome, awesome. We'd love to, even if we're doing a Zoom next time, I would love to see some of your clients, their
Oh
testimonials,
yeah.
to see their pictures. And even if someone
Yeah.
wants to join us for a conversation in the future about your
Yeah.
techniques and what you do, feel free. It's exciting. Or bring the hubby on or the daughter on, anyone. But it's exciting getting to know you. And I love that you're here to help
You.
so many. So if we want to reach out, do you offer like an initial consultation if someone just wants to
Yes.
talk? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. And I can really talk to them and see what they're willing and not willing to do, and really see if it makes sense, and
Okay.
their goals are realistic with what they want to do. And we just then go from there. It's great.
Beautiful. Well, thank you again for being here. So excited to have you on the
Yeah.
show. And one more time, remind us how we can contact you.
www.personallevelfitness.com. And then you can also call 614-488-0004. My mouth's going faster than my brain.
All right.
And then you can, personallevelfitness@gmail.com is another way you can reach me.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being here, for joining us, and looking forward to the next time we connect. Thank you again. Any advice from you today? How much water should we be drinking?
Oh, at least
A lot.
64 ounces. But if you are just drinking one a day, just bump it up to two. Just
All right.
start slow.
All right. I've only done 16 today. I only had two of
That's
these. All
okay.
right. All right. I'm working
That's
on it.
okay.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. Pleasure
I
meeting
will.
you.
Go lift, Jill.
Get rid of that flab. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great
Thanks,
day.
Jill.
Thank
I
you for
will. You too.
inspiring me. Bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.